Hello and welcome to Avasam Insights. My name is Mark, and today I'd like to talk to suppliers about our prohibited items list. As you know, when you come to work with Avasam, we, as part of the initial conversation, will provide you a number of files, one of which is this one, the summary, KPIs and data requirements. Now, one of those things that we include in there, I'm afraid, is a list of products that we cannot allow you to ship and provide for sale through Avasam. Now this is on page number 11, the last one from the back. Now there's a number of reasons that products end up on here, but overall it comes down mostly to legality, but sometimes to other reasons. Now if you provide these products in an upload, we'll refuse them. If we find out that a product that has been approved actually contains elements that contravene these, we will remove that product as well. So I'd like to think that the majority of the entries on here won't need too much explanation. But obviously, if there is such a worry on your part, then do talk to us. But as a broad rule, we won't be able to enable those sales. So the first thing to remind you, we're not here to facilitate the breaking of IP, intellectual property, or copyright laws. Also, if an item is illegal itself, then we're not going to help you to sell it in the UK, and that's based on UK law. And if we believe the products that you're trying to sell will cause issues and harm our image or come back, or if they specifically, obviously, are causing issues for us and bringing our reputation to disrepute, we won't enable you to sell those. We have also reserved the right not to sell weapons, even replica weapons, and we don't condone or endorse for any form of discrimination or hatred, racial, religious or otherwise. And if we feel a product that you're trying to sell fuels, endorses or enables such behaviour, we will refuse it. Now, important thing to note, if you've already got an item listed in Avasam and you try to submit the same product as a different item with a different SKU at a different price, we will refuse it. You can only enter a product once. If you're selling in packs, great. You may list a 4-pack, a 6-pack, a 10-pack, whatever. But if you're selling the same item, you're trying to put it up twice at different prices, we will not allow you to sell the second item. That won't be added to the catalogue. You need to keep things simple. You need to avoid playing silly games with multiple products at different price points to try and make a profit on things. We won't enable that to protect our sellers as well as protecting you from problems. If we removed an item from the marketplace, for the reasons I've mentioned or the reasons I'm about to mention, please do not just resubmit them. If you feel we're in error, please talk to us. But unless we've issued in writing confirmation will allow a product that has been previously removed or refused to be listed, all we're going to do is bounce it back to you. If you persist in doing so, we may have to take other actions. We don't allow you to sell promotions, so vouchers, mail-in referral codes, rental or lease items. So when you make a sale through Avasam, you're selling an item specifically and you're transferring ownership for that item. You're not selling a code that they can use to get access to another product or like that. You're selling that product. If we feel that you're not sticking to that, we'll pull the item and talk to you about it. But you can't sell a product that is simply a voucher for another product. You're selling the product you advertise. You can't sell a product, you can't lease a product through Avasam. We don't have the facilities for that, we don't enable it. If you're trying to sell something which is essentially containing or based on CCTV footage, we reserve the right to pull that because it may not have all the rights and stuff assigned to it properly. It may infringe on other people's rights. We don't, as we've said, we don't endorse the breaking of IP and copyright laws, so do not provide counterfeit items. If we think that a product you're selling for a brand needs to be checked, we may reserve the right to, we do of course reserve the right to ask for information about the product, especially where it's being sold on a marketplace that may request that information to protect the seller or to avoid shutting down a seller's account. So please don't take it the wrong way. If you're selling us an item that's branded, we may ask for proof of the supply chain and your right to resell it and its veracity, because we need to protect our sellers and ourselves. You cannot sell credit or debit card payment machines on Avasam at all. We don't countenance that because it's just not permitted. We also do not permit the sale of digital or cryptocurrency through Avasam. As I said, physical products. So no digital delivery or licenses either. You can't do a sale, take the sale and have someone send a key digitally or anything like that. We don't have those facilities and we won't enable it. In a similar vein, physical products you're selling. So no services and not shares or securities or lists, for example, lists of guaranteed suppliers or anything like that. Please don't offer tickets on Avasam either, whether it's events, concerts, flights, not even, coming back to physical products, access to loyalty points, frequent flyer points that could be used against flights. That's not permitted. We don't let you sell gang-related paraphernalia or memorabilia, or or products that themselves are intended to cause offence, not just discrimination or hatred, but we have that's not permitted. If we feel it is, we may refuse it or we may refer it back to you to discuss. We include political propaganda and hardcore pornography in that. We would rather not be associated with that, so I'm sure you can understand. We understand this can be a matter of opinion, but we do have to make certain decisions. We'll try to be even-handed and objective to protect all the parties, but ultimately we have to make a decision on some of these items. We can't permit the sale of genuine animal furs for a number of reasons. We also ask that you do not sell hazardous chemicals, industrial chemicals, hazardous metals, other materials that could be dangerous to others. We also are not licensed to sell prescription medication. So if it's something that can be sold over the counter in a normal corner shop or a supermarket, that can be provided via Avasam. But prescription medicines, veterinary medicines that aren't licensed for human use, these are all things that need to be accessed as a general rule via prescriptions in the UK and must go through an appropriately licensed and trained provider. Please don't try and sell live animals on Avasam. Please don't sell parts of them that may come under the heading of, poor taste or thereabouts. Definitely do not try and sell bits of people. I'm sorry, but we have to say that. Also, no drugs, recreational or otherwise, as well. Even if it's not illegal, we prefer not to be associated with that side of things where possible. As you can probably imagine, we do not support the sale of stolen goods either. So, I hope that covers an awful lot of things which are common sense for you. I should also note that our payment provider, Adyen, have themselves a list of items that they do not support the sale of and won't process payments against. This overlaps with ours and is updated periodically, so we try to keep ours updated in sync, but sometimes there may be some drift. So we provide access to the link to that document for you to double check yourself. If you're not sure, please reach out to us and we can always look into it with you. So hopefully none of the above items will be affecting you or impacting your business. If they are, we will talk to you about it or explain if we have to refuse something. Otherwise, we really look forward to working with you. Please do reach out to your supplier account manager or another member of the team if you have any queries, and we'll arrange for someone to discuss your questions up to a certain point. But we do ask that you understand that if we make a decision that something is not permitted to be sold on the platform, and we state that's a final decision, unless you can present material information that will cause us to revisit it, we will not change that decision. Thank you very much for listening. and we do look forward to working with you.